And I literally just realized that that's what the clicky thing is for when they're like, and action. That's the clap. A clapping. Don't know why I never knew that. Also, I just don't feel like that should be common knowledge. But the clicker thing is to align the audio. Just put those together. Learning. I get ahead of myself when I'm talking, and it really fucks up the sentences. And sometimes in these videos, I'm saying shit that is not even grammatically or linguistically correct. Good morning, happy Friday. My name is Josh Tyler, and welcome to my privileged opinion. Today we are going to be talking about blaming others. But before we get started, I want you to look at these notes. I wrote these notes like 2 or 3 years ago, and they make absolutely no sense. When I opened up this folder to like rummage through all the things that I had jotted down over the years, I got to these and they made not an ounce of sense at all. And I'm just like, what was that Josh thinking that these even made sense? Anyway, like always, we are going to be starting in the dictionary for the definition of blame, which is to assign responsibility for fault or wrong. So when I had originally written this episode, I was going through a lot of unchosen change. And I say unchosen because a lot of it was out of my control. I had a drug addict boss who randomly fired me, which then caused me to lose my finances, which then caused me to be unable to pay for an apartment, which caused me to be in the streets. Now, I wasn't actually in the streets because I had a supportive friend group to kind of lift me up out of that. But this was like the 4th time that something like this was happening. So the previous times we were out in our car in the streets, but that's neither here nor there. Through all of this, I kept finding myself wanting to blame my situation on someone else. You know, I lost my job because of a shitty drug addict boss having a moment. The dominoes fell where they may. The whole chain of events happened. But when I was in this moment of wanting to blame my boss, I went to the dictionary. Oddly enough, I don't just do it for these videos. I actually frequently look at the dictionary. In that time when I was looking in the dictionary, this section of the definition, assign responsibility, really stuck out to me. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I grew up being taught to take responsibility. And in these low moments, that ideology was really a foundation that helped get me out of them. It would have been easy for me to put the responsibility on someone else, be mad, and act like I had no ability to change the situation. But if I took responsibility for the fact that I was in the situation, not what put me there, then I could take control of changing my situation. Blame puts the responsibility on things out of your control. And if it's out of your control, you can't change it. And if you can't change it, you'll feel helpless. Bring things into your control. Make them work. I want to be very clear in saying that even in the areas that I took control, there were still things that required a support system to get them into my control. Like my living situation, for instance. I didn't have any way of getting that into control until Jeff brought me the opportunity and said, hey, stay here, you can live in my spare room. You will need a support system sometimes. You can't do everything on your own. I saw a great TikTok today that said, hyper independence is a sign of trauma. That just because you can do something on your own doesn't mean that you should. Which really struck a chord with me. It felt kind of nice to hear. But also, I think my TikTok is just like everything's trauma, but that's neither here nor there. So in the comments below, I want you to share a moment in your life that you switched from blaming to taking responsibility in order to change your situation. Get it out there, journal it, share it with the world. Anyway, I want you all to have a great weekend. Go out into the world, be good and do good, and I will see you next week. Bye. That was like a really good stream of consciousness. Oh my God, no. I totally forgot. I'm showing you all this because I need you to hold me accountable. This is a sweater that I am knitting, and it's been under my bench over here for like months because I got to a point where I have to like come up with a new design. Anyway, I'm showing all of you because I want you to hold me accountable. In like 2 months, if this doesn't pop up on my body in a video, ask me where it's at because it won't be done. But anyway, it's coming, so hold me accountable. Thanks. Okay, now I'm done. Bye.